This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakak, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, and a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, the men that teach this word and believe in this word as a whole, that y'all all continue in sound doctrine and in the same Spirit. Shalom to the Akwath that are believers of this faith and this truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and sound and virtuous wife, and continue the faith and the truth. And Lord willing, the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not of faith. It's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. When Yahawashi come back, you don't want to be that one that is separated. You should desire to get beamed up. You should have conversations. You should have thoughts. You should be meditating on it. Don't get distracted on what's in front of us that is trying to distract us, right? But have your attention on the things that the Lord has prepared in front of us, starting with these scriptures. The men of the Lord is daily feeding. Regardless if it's not your favorite teacher, you shall always want to grow and get the real baptism through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so that, Lord willing, you can be of those that get delivered. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39 to 41. And it reads, it says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me." This is not for you OT onlys. This is not speaking about Yahawashi. This is speaking about all the other gods, because Jake is going to go into a land where other people are serving other gods. Yahawashi and the Rakak have the same mission as Yahawah, because they abide in one another. Okay? So, what he's saying? He says, "See now that I, even I, am He, there is no God with me. I will kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." Now, before I keep going, nobody can deliver you out of the hands of Yahawah. So when Yahawashi come, you already been marked. Already marked. Right? Ezekiel 9:4, the righteous is being marked. But the verse after it say, smite, the mother and the children. Right? And so on and so on. This is St. John chapter 10, starting at verse 25. It says, Yahawashi answered them, "I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish. Neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand." Right? "My Father which gave them me is greater than all. No man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand." Right? So you have to know, the same people that's in the hands of Yahawah are in the hands of Yahawashi, because the Heavenly Father gave them to him. So whoever is on the earth that in the spirit world that are the true believers, they will never be removed out this truth, let alone they truly fear Yahawah. That's the whole point on this side. You fearing the Lord, you want to do the most to please in the Lord. But we ain't got to do the law. But you don't truly fear the Lord, and you going to eat that pork, right? Women going to be out of order. Men, you ain't going to rule your house. A lot of us truly don't understand Yahawashi. You truly don't understand what's going on in the scriptures, because the Lord left that veil over you. The kingdom is not within you. You haven't truly been baptized, which is the word. Right? So let's go back. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 40. For I lift up my hand to heaven. So I lift up my hand unto heaven and say, I live forever. If I wilt my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies and will reward them that hate me. Right? And we got something that lines even with Yahawashi, because Yahawashi is coming in the name of the Father and to do his Father's will. This is Proverbs, the 8th chapter, and verse 34. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the doorposts of my doors. And the men of the Lord is there, right? Because the men of the Lord is, through the Spirit, the gateway to Yahawashi, because of the teaching, the ministry. The Lord is dealing with his prophets again. It says, for whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahawah. And he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. Right? Truly loving truly loving the Lord, you choosing obedience than sacrifice. You're willing to give all up just for Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Right? Just the same as when we think about the kingdom, right? Right, when you go to Matthew, the 13th chapter, dealing with the man that stumbled across riches and another man that was seeking riches, and they gave up everything just for that land, that portion of land. They found the treasure. Guess what? The treasure we have is the wisdom of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi that tells us about him, why he did this, who he did it for, who he loves. The story is us. But it's all about what the Lord did for us, right? Fearing the Lord, that the Lord can see you and you can't see him. Fearing the Lord, knowing that the Lord got angels, left-hand side and right-hand side. None of us can say demons are in people, right? Spirits is in people. But the angels on the right-hand side is not even on the earth protecting either. You gotta believe in it all, right? So now let's go to 2 Chronicles. Get some history. 2 Chronicles chapter 20. And verse 6. I said at verse 5, it says, and Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah in Jerusalem, in the house of Yahawah before the new court, and said, O Yahawah, power of our fathers, art not thou the power in heaven, and rulest not thou over the kingdoms of the heathen? And in thy hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee? None of us can break physics and change what's going on in this word to stop it from actually being fulfilled. Let's go to something. Let's go to let's go to Daniel 2 first. Daniel chapter 2 in verse 19. It says, then was the secret revealed unto Daniel, a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the Most High of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of the Most High forever and ever, which is Yahawah. Because what does Yahawah mean? He is, he exists, he to be. For wisdom and might are his, and he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom to the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light that the light dwelleth within him. I believe the Lord revealed this to me by the men of the Lord. I can't give you confidence that I found this out on my own. I had to hear teachers bring this out, do the research, and I had to follow in their footsteps. By everything they bring out, I have to search it and see if I'm persuaded to believing that this is true, and praying to the Lord that it's still, that I don't drift away from this, right? Because if I don't get it, then the Lord, you're not in the Lord's hand. He's not dealing with you. That's how far your mind got to be every day. What if the Lord's not dealing with me? You know? Right? But if you don't have the right understanding, you're not going to have this thought because you're going to be in la-la land. I call it Shabba Dabba Ding Dong. Right? Let's get another one. Daniel, the 4th chapter, verse 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, in the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. The basis of men is Esau, the lowest of men out of all nations. And then we got to know the Lord set up the Romans, the Greeks to do what they do. Yes, Esau went overboard, but the Lord left them in power, right? Because if they went overboard, why the Lord didn't remove us from them? Because it fulfills prophecy and it shows who Esau truly is, right? The Lord set them up. Daniel, the 7th chapter, the 2nd chapter, show you that this was going to take place. 2nd Ezra, the 11th and 12th chapter, expounds even deeper in the Roman captivity. The New Testament is about the Roman captivity. And right now, we're in the little horn, the continuation of the Roman captivity. That's the rebirth. The Lord is ruling all of this. Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi is ruling this. Back to that Chronicles. I got to hear that again. Chronicles, 2nd Chronicles 20:6. And he said, O Yahawah, power of our fathers, art not thou the power in heaven, and rulest not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen? Right? All them captivities Jake went through, those was the heathens. The Lord rule over them. Right? He's in control. And in thy hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand it? Well, Yahawashi tell Pilate, you can't do nothing if it's not given from above or sanctioned. John even said it. We can't even get in this ministry unless it's given from the heavens down. Truly, let it sink. If you saying Yahuwah, you might know a little bit of this, but the Lord ain't giving you his name. He's not dealing with you on a deeper level. You don't see Yahawashi in the Old Testament, and you don't believe, I don't believe in Yahawashi. The Lord not dealing with you. Right? Let's get Psalms 76 and 7. This is Psalm 76 and 7. It says, thou art to be feared, and who may stand in thy sight when once thou art angry? Right? All these storms, these disasters. Oh, well, why the Lord just allow all that death to happen? Why the Lord didn't intervene? You ain't special, nigga. This is about the elect. All this has to happen. The Lord is not intervening with anything. He getting stuff done. Disasters happen when children is born. When you have a miscarriage, you 8 months in it, you lose the baby, you get cancer, you get diabetes. All these things is in the hands of Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. Truly start to believe, man. You know? You can tell Jake is losing patience. They losing faith because they'll dabble in multiple distractions. The main one on this side is money. Guess what? The more money you make, then you want more. Look at Esau's the prime example. He already has power and rulership. He wants more. Let alone he wants more control. He want to dictate what you can and can't do. It's terrible to fall. Right now, we in the hands of the Lord while we are in captivity, working a 9 to 5 or a full time. You're not supposed to be working. You the royal people of the whole earth. But this is supposed to make us fear the Lord. He did this. It feel like a long time, but with the Lord, 2 days. Right? Our actions, we need to put more respect on the Lord, showing that we fear him. We don't, Jake, you don't really fear Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. We can see your works through your faith. Right? Is this the one I want? No, that's not it. Let's get Nahum chapter 1, verse 6. It says, who can stand before his indignation? And who can abide in the furnace of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. Who's going to withstand it? Nobody. Nobody. Right? I'm just going to go to this. When we go to Zephaniah 1, in verse 6, it says, and them that are turned back from Yahawah, which is you 2/3, you're going to fall. Right? And the wrath of Yahawah is on that ass. It says, in those that have not sought Yahawah, nor required of him, 2 Chronicles 15 and 13. If you don't see, whosoever don't seek the Lord shall be put to death. Right? It says, hold thy peace at the presence of Yahweh Shemashai power, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. For Yahweh had prepared a sacrifice. He had been his guest. He been already set it up. All the way from Adam, he already knew the end from the beginning. Isaiah 46 and 10, he's declaring the end from the beginning. As soon as Yahawashi got on the scene, it's the end time. It's the end game, right? It says, and it shall come to pass in the day of Yahweh's sacrifice that I will punish the princes, the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. First, you Israelites, strange apparel is this system, the philosophy, this image, and the MOTB. And I'm speaking into it because this is going to happen. It's inevitable. Everything the Lord prophesied, it's inevitable. Right? Let me get this in Hebrews. I believe we over here, we believe the prophets are still on the earth. Shoot, I believe that I'm a prophet. I might be a low-level prophet, you know, because I'm not the top guy. The Lord didn't put me in this thing to be that. He put me in this thing to show that I fear him and to follow his commands by feeding his sheep. I believe I have to, especially by don't neglect the talent within you. I could not teach if the Lord didn't give me the talent to teach, or have a gift of gab of being able to speak. I'm not the best speaker. I'm not the most smoothest. I'm not the most eloquent. But he gave me ability that I'm supposed to use for his ministry, for his sake, on behalf of the elect. Right? Hebrews 1 and 1, it says, the Most High, who at sundry times in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. And when we go to Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, between 9 and 10, right? History merely repeats itself. The prophets is back, right? And they're locked, teaching his word, because they believe in Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Right? Let's go to this in Matthew, the classic. Matthew, the 10th chapter, verse 28. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body. This is here for our understanding. Get ready. Don't fear what these mother suckers gonna do to you, because it was already set up. If you see that you about to get murdered, don't fold, because that's the sight. Yo, the kingdom is coming. We in prison for this thing. The kingdom is coming. When they persecute the church, you can't teach no more. Is a feminine word. Guess what? The kingdom is here. That's when you look whoever around. Yo, it's happening now. Come on, let's go pray. Call on Yahweh. It's not time to worry. This is right now. We fixing our worry now. We ain't the best. We ain't gonna be the best at that time because we still in the flesh. But you should be working it out, right? Nobody can fuck with Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, and none of us can. Like watching that show Chosen, and just because of the show, Nicodemus was hearkening to Yahawashi, but in the show he gave him a chance. Hey, yo, look, we gonna meet here. Da 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 da. He had to drop everything. Going back to Matthew 33, verse 44, he couldn't drop everything. The wife said, I want to stay where we at. Bring me back to how we like it. I like my life. They like being in the glam. She was talking about he's about to get the top honor that nobody had as a Pharisee. We not trying to get that type of honor and glory on the side. We want that honor and glory by Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Fuck that shit, man. And to have the mindset of wanting that, you really throwing away that salvation. on this side, right? Because when the 2/3 come back, the salvation is already done. The deliverance is already done. They're going to be born into the kingdom, born into that peace. You want to get it now, right? Want to get it now while we can. He set us up to get it now. Waking up brothers at different times, right? Because that you fit. He woke you up at that perfect time for what he wanted. This is 2 Chronicles, the 5th chapter, verse 11. It says, knowing therefore the terror of Yahawashi, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are made manifest in our conscience, right? We supposed to be sincere for Yahawashi. I'm about to hurry up and try to slide and get that in the NLT too. We're going to eat as much as we can off the bone, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 11 in the NLT, it says, because we understand our fearful responsibility. That's the point. This is a fearful job. This faith is fearful. Like I said the other day, teaching is a gift, but this is a responsibility. And as a believer, it's a responsibility to stay in the faith, right? So because we understand our fearful responsibility to Yahweh Shema Shai, we work hard to persuade others. This is what this is about. I'm trying to persuade you through the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Most High knows we are sincere, and hope you know this too. Are we commending ourselves to you again? No. We are giving you a reason to be proud of us, so you can answer those who brag about having spectacular ministries rather than having a sincere heart. Who gives a damn how many followers, how many people are? Oh, look at my rank, my name. Who gives a damn, right? You got to be giving glory and honor to the Lord that he put you in the position as the top elder or the chief priest or this and this and that without a title. But the Lord brought you in this thing. Apostle Tahir, from what I'm able to see, the Lord got this man Stern pushing brothers to do lessons. But guess what? He's the founder of his camp. The Lord founded that. The Lord helped him get that name through the Spirit. I don't know these men. You big head. Oh, you do this to that. No, I never. You use that for somebody that knows somebody. Just like we a sucker for Esau. We know he a ruler. We gonna suck up to him. I'm not here to suck up to no man. But the more I grow, I understand the real man of the Lord moves in the Spirit to be obedient to Yahweh Shai. You got to see the fear of the Lord in the men of the Lord. You got to see the all stern of Yahawashi in the men of the Lord, where they're harsh, they're rough when it comes to this teaching, but they serious. And you could tell that the men of the Lord don't want to lie to you. They want to tell you the truth, the unprotected truth, the solidified truth, right? So let's go to this last one. Hebrews, the 12th chapter. In verse 29. And it reads, it says, of how much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy, who have trodden under foot the Son of Man, and have counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified? Oh, Salaki. That's 10. Salaki. Forgive me. Salaki. This is Hebrews 12 and 29. I got a little excited. It says, for our power is a consuming fire. Our power is a consuming fire. What you them nukes? What you think that's a tickle? Ain't no damn tickle, right? I want to check what I'm just going into. Oh my goodness. Wait, I'm gonna read this in the NLT. Hebrews 10 and 29. Just think how much worse the punishment will be for those who have trampled on the Son of the Most High, and have treated the blood of the covenant which made us holy as if it were common and unholy, and have saluted, disdained the Rakah Kodash, who brings the Most High's mercy to us. Right? For we know the one who said, I will take revenge or vengeance. I will pay them back. He also said, Yahawah will judge his own people. It is a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. That just made me think of something. Oh, yeah. Let me get that. Guess what? The Lord didn't forget what y'all did in y'all past life. Especially y'all that trampled on Yahawashi. You niggas gonna get it, man. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. Those that knew the truth, right? Even if we look at Pharisees and you Old Testament only nigglets that just say law, 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 you know somewhat of the truth. Even some of y'all saying Yahawah. Guess what? Judgment gonna happen to you first, man. Right? So the judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Those in the world, but first those that say they of the faith, right? OT only, right? The brothers that sit in these congregations, you're finished. It's over. It's marked. It's done, right? I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Kodash, the water Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi for this terrifying lesson. To the best of his ability, Lord willing, it's edifying and it's encouraging to the level that it was delivered. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, y'all all continue in sound doctrine in the same Spirit. Shalom to the Akwath. Shalom. Abba.